Hey guys, hope everyone's feeling well. We're going to go through a little bit of the power flow today, um, but just start in a nice, easy seated position, top of your mat, hands on top of the knees, whatever's most comfortable for you. Just close the eyes, allow yourself to relax for a moment, really just connecting with your breath, long, deep belly inhales and slow exhales. Good. Start just slowly rolling the neck. And switch directions. Stopping right ear and right shoulder. And then I want you to walk those left fingertips out towards the side. Good. Roll it over. Left ear, left shoulder. Walking those right fingertips out towards the right side. Good. Bring that head back to neutral. Big inhale, sweeping those arms overhead. I'm going to interlace them, pressing those palms up in towards the ceiling. Big inhale, reach up as far as you can. Exhale, slight bend to the right. Back up to center. Big inhale, now to the left. Good. Bring it back to center, bring it down. I want you to roll over into a tabletop position. Fingertips facing the edges of the mat, gently rocking side to side, opening up those wrists and forearms. Good. Fingertips facing the thighs. Sit it back just before those palms want to leave the ground. And then just kind of do a little baby pulses there. Flip it over, tops of those hands. Try to keep those arms as straight as you can. Lean it back. If it's too much, you can do just one at a time. Good. Flipping back over. We're going to run through some cat cows. So big inhale, dropping that belly look up. And on the exhale, rounding the spine. Looking chin to chest. Inhale, drop the belly, cow. And exhale, round the spine, tucking tailbone and chin. Inhale. And exhale, really over exaggerate this part. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming back to that neutral spine. I'm going to shoot that left leg back out behind. Try and keep it parallel to the ground. As you can see, my toes are pointing towards the ground. I'm pointing my heel towards the back wall. Once you can find that balance, squeezing belly button to spine, I want you to reach that right arm forward as far as you can. So you're really trying to stretch your body out here. Keep squeezing. And gently release. Let's switch sides. So go ahead and extend that right leg out. So you can see it's parallel to the ground. My toes are pointing down. I'm pointing my heel towards the back wall. Squeezing my belly button to my spine, and then I'm extending my left arm out in front, really reaching that arm forward, pushing that leg back, and squeezing my belly. Good, and release. One more time, shoot that left leg back, right arm forward. Finding that balance. Good, release, and switch. And release. Good, from here, even keeping the tops of the toes on top of the mat. This part's gonna feel a little weird, but it's gonna really get your core working. So pressing through the ground, pressing through the tops of the feet, all I want you to do is lift those knees off the ground. You're squeezing belly button into the spine, knees are off the ground, pressing into the palms, pressing into the tops of the feet. Lower it back down. Big inhale and big exhale. And let's do it again, pressing yourself away from the ground already, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, and lift those knees off. Good, gently release, big inhale. And exhale, tucking those toes under, guys. I want you to send those hips back to downward facing dog. It's the first one. You may feel a little tight. That's totally okay. One at a time, pedal it out. Feet should be about hip distance apart. Hands should be about shoulder distance apart. Going high up onto those tippy toe your way to the front of the mat, bringing those feet as wide as the mat. Slight bend in the knees, just allow yourself to hang here for a moment, giving those hamstrings some time to kind of warm up, get ready. Let the crown of the head hang towards the ground. You can tuck that chin. You may feel a deep stretch along the back side. Once again, just keep focusing on your breath. Slowly bending at the knees, you're kind of in a quarter squat here, chest is on top of thighs. And then one vertebra at a time, I'm going to slowly roll your way up. Head should be the last to rise. Roll those shoulders back. Go ahead and do it again. Big inhale, roll the shoulders up into the ears and back. And just keep that going, getting those shoulders nice and warmed up. Good, stepping those feet together. Big inhale, sweeping those arms overhead, gaze at the thumbs. And then on that exhale, coming into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back into plank. Shift that weight forward, lower down, chaturanga, just hovering. Big inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Once again, keep pedaling it out. Good. Hide onto those tippy toe your way to the front of the mat. Once again, feet as wide as the mat. Slide in those knees. Just allow the head to hang. Grab the opposite elbows. Good. Releasing those elbows. I'm going to take peace fingers. So index and middle finger, grab big toes. And then from here, dropping yourself into your squats. Elbows are pressing out into the knees. The chest is up. Lift those hips up. And drop them back down. Up. And down. Good. Lift them back up. Bending at the knee, slowly rolling your way up. No need to rush it. Getting to the top, take that big inhale, rolling those shoulders back, stepping the feet back together. Good, big inhale, sweep those arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. This time I want you to stay into a high plank. From here, just doing some small circles to the right. Squeezing belly to button the spine, guys. Small circles to the left. And send it back on downward facing dog. Good. Hide onto those tippy toe your way to the front of the mat, keeping those feet together this time. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, forward fold, melt into the guys. Inhale, root to rise, sweeping those arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back into plank, shift that weight forward, lower down chaturanga, just hovering. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Keep pedaling out if you have to. Really try and press through your thumb and your index and not so much just your palm. Pressing yourself away from the mat. Good. Shift it forward into that high plank. I want you to roll it off onto the left side for a side plank. Keeping those hips up nice and high. Keep your hands on your hips. Open it up. Squeeze. Come on, you got it. Tucking the right knee into the chest, you're going to step it towards the front of the mat. Now you're in this twisted lunge. Hang out here, gaze at the right hands. Good. Plant that hand to the outside of that right foot. Big inhale, leaning into this lunge. And then exhale, straighten out that leg. Inhale, lunge. And exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale, lunge. From here, big inhale. Sweeping those arms overhead. Good. Open up into warrior two. So back of the back of the foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Right toes are pointing forward. You want that right knee at about 90 degrees. Arms are out in a big T. Good. Right palm flips up. Reach it forward. Exhale, reverse warrior. Good. Exhale, bring it forward, dropping elbow to knee, reaching out the left arm overhead. Really make sure that you're pressing yourself away from your knee and that you're not just slumping into it. No shoulders in the ears. Open it back up. I'm going to cartwheel it over. Step it back into a high plank. Hold here. Good. Roll it off onto that right side. Bring that left arm up. You can keep it on your hips. Make sure you keep those left hips nice and high though. Tucking the left knee into the chest, step it towards the front of the mat. Now you're in a twisted lunge, keeping that left arm up, gazes at the left hands. Good, gently drop the left hand to the outside of that foot. Big inhale, lean into that lunge. On the exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. Good. From here, big inhale, swing both arms overhead. Dropping that back heel and a warrior two. So the back of the foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Left toes are pointing forward. Left knee is about 90 degrees. Bringing those arms out to the side into a big T. Gazes across the left fingertips. Flipping left arm up. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse warrior. And then on that exhale, bring it forward, drop it elbow to knee, reaching right arm overhead, gaze at the right hand. You're still pushing yourself into that knee, keeping the shoulders out of the ears. Good, open it back up. Gonna cartwheel it over. You're gonna set it back in a downward facing dog. You're gonna continue to pedal it out. And this time, high up onto those tippy toes, tippy toe your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root through eyes, sweeping those arms overhead, gaze at the thumbs. And then exhale, forward fold into the next one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands, step it back in a plank, hold here. Shift that weight forward, lower down to chaturanga. Just hover and keep those elbows in tight. Big inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feet together. Big inhale, shoot that right leg up. But then I want you to tuck it in, right knee, right tricep. Just touch and shoot it back. Inhale. And tuck it in, right knee, right tricep. Shoot it back. Right knee, right tricep, hold. Good, shoot it back up, and then bring that that right leg back down. We're gonna switch, so big inhale. Lift that left leg nice and high, tuck it in, left knee, left tricep. Back up. Left knee, left tricep. Back up. Left knee, left tricep, and hold. And back up. Bring that left leg down. Then from here, I want you to roll it forward into that high plank. Roll it off onto the left side for a side plank. Keeping those hips nice and high. Tucking the right knee into the chest, step it towards the front of the mat. Good, right hand comes down to the outside of that right foot. Big inhale, really leaning into this lunge. And then on the exhale, you're gonna straighten out that right leg. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale, lunge. Hold here for another breath. Now on that next inhale, sweeping those arms overhead in a crescent lunge. Dropping that back heel, open it up into warrior two. Flip that right palm up, inhale, reach it forward, exhale, reverse warrior. And then as you come forward, dropping elbow to knee, reaching that left arm overhead. Remember, keeping the shoulder out of the ears, reaching that left arm, gaze at the left hand. Good, open it back up. And cartwheel your way over, back into downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out. Good, bring it back into a high plank. This time you're gonna take right knee, right tricep, left knee, left tricep. Right knee, right tricep, left knee, left tricep. Couple more, right knee, right tricep, left knee, left tricep. Right, left. One more, right, and left. Great job. Roll it off onto that right side. Keeping those hips nice and high. Tuck a knee into chest, step that left foot towards the front of the mat. Keeping into this side lunge. Dropping left hand down to the outside of that left foot. Really lean into it. Inhale, lunge it out. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. And exhale, straighten. Good. Inhale, lunge. Hold. Good. Big inhale, sweeping both arms overhead. Dropping that back heel, open up into warrior two. Left palm flips up, inhale, reach forward, exhale, reverse. And go ahead, drop that elbow to that knee, reach that right arm over. Good, bring it back up. I want you to cartwheel it over, step it back in downward facing dog. High up onto those tippy toes your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold it out. Inhale, root to rise, sweeping both arms overhead. And right into the next one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant those hands, step it back into plank, shift that weight forward, lower down chaturanga, just hovering. Big inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, down facing dog. Good. Bring it forward into that high plank. Roll it out onto that left side. Bring that knee high into the chest, step it towards the front of the mat. Hand to the outside of that foot. Big inhale, lean into this lunge. Exhale, straighten it. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. And exhale, straighten. Coming back into this lunge, move that foot over as needed. Maybe you drop that back knee. Moving that hand to the inside of the foot. You can either hang out here or drop it down onto those forearms, as long as that right forearm can drop first. Right? We won't be here long, just about a minute. Just a little bit longer. Good. Planting those hands, step it back into a high plank. Good. Right knee, right tricep. Back. Left knee, left tricep. Good. Right. Left. Right. Left. Couple more. Come on. Right. Left. Come on. One more. Right. And left. Good job. Send it back into downward dog. Breathe it out. Pedal out those feet. Good. Coming high into that high plank. Roll it out to the right for a side plank. Keep those hips up nice and high. Left arm up. Left knee into the chest. Step towards the front of the mat. And go ahead, bring that left hand down. Big inhale, leaning into this lunge. Exhale, straighten that leg out. Inhale, lunge. And exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. And exhale, straighten. Inhale, lunge. From here, gently dropping that back knee. Move that left foot over, moving that left hand to the inside of that foot now. Now you can hang out here. You can drop down to those forearms as long as that left forearm can drop first. We won't be here too long, just about a minute. Good. Bring it back up onto your hands. This time I want you to very gently bring that left leg back, laying it down onto your belly. But then press it up just enough. Grab opposite elbows. Good. From there, corkscrewing those hands out in front. I really want you to focus on really driving through those shoulders and elbows, pushing yourself away from the ground. Think about tucking that butt under so you're squeezing the belly, all right? You're not just letting the belly flop onto the mat. You're really thinking about focusing on tucking that tailbone under. You're squeezing belly button to the spine. You're driving through those elbows and shoulders. Good, gently breathe down. This time I want you to place those hands underneath the shoulders, pressing yourself up into a full cobra. Remember, same thing, you're still driving through the hands, you're driving through the shoulders. You're not here with the shoulders all the way up to the ears. You're pressing yourself away, letting those hips sink down. Good. Gently lay it down. I want you to roll over onto your back. From here, extending that right leg straight up into the ceiling, and then go ahead and let it drop off to the left side. You can hold on to the back of the knee if you'd like, but that right arm comes straight out to the right side, gazes across the right shoulder. Good. Gently bring that right knee back into the chest, give it a nice little hug. And release. Tuck in the left, raising that left leg straight up into the ceiling. Good. Drop it all the way out to the right. You can grab onto the back of that knee if you'd like, extending that left arm out to the side. Good. Bring that left knee into your chest. Hug it tight. Good. Bring that right leg into the chest now. I want those legs to be just to the outside of your torso. Bring those feet up towards the ceiling. Either grab big toes or to the sides of the feet for happy baby. You're squeezing those shoulder blades back, pulling those knees down. Once again, those thighs should be just towards the outside of the torso. You can gently rock side to side with it if you'd like. Almost like a little added back massage. Gently tucking those knees back into the chest. Another tight hug here, pressing your back into the mat. And you're going to go ahead and extend those legs out nice and long, coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Letting the toes fall out to the side, hands by the side. Let that breath become shallow. Let the mind wander. Letting little things relax, like unclenching your jaw, letting the eyelids relax. Just you and your breath. Slowly coming back to your breath. Start by adding small movements like wiggling the fingers and toes. Rolling the wrists and ankles. Give yourself a nice stretch overhead. Make yourself as long as possible from fingertips to toes. Tucking the knees into the chest. Gently rock yourself front to back until you bring yourself back up into a seated position. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you feel a lot better. Namaste.